Americans hated the most in the 1960s, based on poor sales, bad press, dangerous flaws, or just plain ugly designs. Some were lemons, some were duds, and a few were so ahead of their time that people rejected them outright. You're ready. We're getting started. Dear viewers, please subscribe to our channel. Thank you for your support. Number 4. Why the 1969 Ford LTD was hated, especially by enthusiasts. Land yacht syndrome. The LTD was huge, over 220 inches long and weighing nearly 4,000 pounds. Its soft suspension, floaty ride, and massive overhangs made it handle more like a boat than a car. Enthusiasts criticized its lack of steering feedback, wallowy cornering, and poor agility. You didn't drive an LTD, you guided it. A common owner remark, brakes and handling didn't match its power. While the LTD could be equipped with big V8s like the 390 or 429 cubic inch engines, it had drum brakes and underwhelming handling. The car could build speed fast, but struggled to stop or maneuver safely, especially during emergency driving. Zero excitement behind the wheel. Acceleration was decent, but the experience was disconnected. The car was designed for straight-line comfort, not driver engagement. Compared to muscle cars or sportier sedans, the LTD was bland, numb, and lazy. Marketed at older buyers, Ford designed and marketed the LTD as a car for people who valued quietness, size, and comfort over anything else. It quickly gained a reputation as a grandpa car, even when new interior style over practicality. The LTD had thick padding, plush seats, and decorative fake wood. But many criticized the plasticky feel and dated dash design even by late 60s standards. Number 3. Why the 1962 Dodge Dart was hated. Dodge executives mistakenly believed that Chevrolet would be downsizing its full-size lineup for 1962. In response, Dodge rushed to make the Dart smaller and lighter, but Chevy never downsized. Buyers expecting a traditional full-size Dodge got a mid-size car with full-size pricing. They promised me a Dodge, but I got a Plymouth with a badge. Period complaint. The 62 Dart had bizarre proportions, with angular creases, odd rear quarter panel bulges, and a grille that looked like it was slapped on last minute. Designers tried to add flair to distract from its smaller size, but most buyers thought it looked weird and cheap. The smaller body meant less interior and trunk space, yet it was priced close to traditional full-size competitors. Buyers felt they were paying more and getting less. Not a good look in the early 60s. Longtime Dodge customers, especially families and older buyers, felt betrayed by the abrupt shift. Sales slumped, and the 1962 model is still viewed as a black mark in Dodge's otherwise strong post-war lineup. The 1962 Dart eventually led Dodge to reintroduce larger full-size models the following year. Today, it's a case study in how internal miscommunication and design misfires can alienate an entire customer base. Number 2. Why the 1961 Plymouth Valiant was hated. The infamous toilet seat trunk. The raised, oval-shaped outline on the trunk was meant to add flair. Instead, it got nicknamed the toilet seat by critics and car buyers alike. It became a national punchline and overshadowed everything else about the car. Designed by Virgil Exner, the Valiant was overloaded with swoops, curves, bulges, and chrome flourishes. The front end looked bug-eyed, and the lines clashed rather than flowed. Even by early 60s standards, it was overdone. Reviewers often called it baroque or fussy. Despite the looks, the Valiant was solidly engineered. Great slant 6 engine, famous for durability. Good handling and economy for the time. But none of that mattered because people just couldn't get past the design. The 1961 Valiant taught Chrysler a hard lesson. Bad design can kill good engineering. Later, Valiants got toned-down styling and sold better. But the 1961 model remains an icon of automotive awkwardness. Number 1. The 1960 Edsil Ranger wasn't even truly an Edsil anymore. It was essentially a rebadged Ford Falcon or Fairlane, depending on the trim. Ford was slashing costs by throwing leftover Edsil parts onto Ford bodies, and it showed. Shared sheet metal with cheaper Fords. Interior quality felt mismatched and cheap. Buyers realized they were paying more for less. While Ford had ditched the polarizing horse-collar grille by 1960, the Ranger still looked bland and awkward. Weird proportions, ill-fitting trim, still had a cheap appearance compared to its competition. Only 2,846 Rangers were sold in 1960. Compared to the hundreds of thousands Ford had hoped for just 2 years earlier, it was a complete disaster. Ford officially canceled the entire Edsil line in November 1959, before most 1960 Rangers were even delivered to dealers. That means the 1960 model year was already dead on arrival. Fun fact, the Edsil's failure was so massive that it became a case study in business schools. Ford lost the equivalent of over $2.5 billion in today's money on the project.